Good evening. It is 6 p.m., April 16th, 2016. It is time to call this San Felipe del Rio Consolidated Independent Board of Trustees regular meeting to order. Ms. Haynes, would you please roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Chavita?
Here.
Mr. Mesa?
Here.
Mr. Overfeld?
Present.
Mrs. Lozano?
Present.
Myself and Mr. Garabedian.
Here.
Ms. Haynes, do we have a quorum?
Yes, ma'am.
Let the record show that a quorum of the board members are present, that this meeting has been duly called, and notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. At this time, let us please stand for opening ceremonies, begin with a moment of silence, and then followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening. We have a lot of guests in attendance. Thank you for supporting your children. We're very excited for the recognitions that we're going to continue with. First, to be recognized under the Career and Technical Education are the students in competitive events, CTE student organizations, and those students advancing to world competitions. We'll begin with Mr. Roger Gonzalez presenting the San Felipe Memorial Middle School Robotics Program.
Good evening, Ms. Martinez Lozano, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. Career and technical education students are the key component to strong CTE programs. The student organizations integrating to CTE, extending teaching and learning through innovative programs, business and community partnerships, and leadership experiences at the school, state, and national level. This evening, we will honor the achievements of the three groups. First is the San Felipe Memorial Middle School Robotic Program under Ms. Nerissa Wynn.
Hello, thank you. The San Felipe Memorial Middle School Robotics team consisted of 2 teams this year with 10 members each. We had the Gear Gladiators and the Untouchables. We competed in the first LEGO League Trash Trek competition in San Antonio. The project this year was to make less trash or improve the way people handle trash. San Felipe Memorial Middle School won 3 awards at the qualifier held at Wagner High School on January 23, 2016.
The Untouchables won the project award. Our innovative solution was a funnel system that helps dispose milk so that school milk cartons could be recycled.
The Gear Gladiators researched the process of recycling computers. Our team worked with the City of Del Rio Recycling Center to collect various electronics. We called the event E-Cycling Day. We had a great time working on our project and helping better our community. The Gear Gladiators won the Robot Design Award and the Robot Performance Award for having the most points in the robot game. We also advanced to the FLL Alamo Championship in San Antonio, where the team finished 22nd out of 84 teams.
Being in robotics this year has given us a hand-on approach to integrating science, technology, engineering, and math into a fun, interesting learning experience.
Being in robotics has taught us that there is more to competition than just winning. We learned that gracious professionalism and teamwork are keys to being successful.
Board members and principals, we thank you for all of your support, and we greatly appreciate all you do for us. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay. You gotta take it outside.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nguyen. Continuing on with the second group is the Skills USA welding traits under Mr. Todd Townsend.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This year I'd like to, let's just bring them on in. This is the winners from the 2016 year here in the welding department at the high school. Come on in, folks. We have a variety of group here this year. We tried something new, and we even actually got some sophomores to compete. And it turned out really, really well. In fact, then in the district level, they swept every contest they entered. So at the district level, we went ahead and entered 10 different welding projects or welding competitions, and we got first place in all 10. And so then we get to go to state. And of course, only the first place at district advances to state. And only first at state advances on anywhere further than that. Now, there's a lot of categories, and if you'll draw your attention to the monitors here, these are our two sculptures, metal art sculptures. They have them here with them tonight, actually. And we got Eric Ibarra with his turtle there in second place, and Alejandro Pina with the ram's head, third place. And both of those represent about 600 to 700 hours of work to make one of those. And that's just a weld on top of a weld on top of a weld. So it takes a long time to build up to that right there. It's pretty impressive. This young man, Brendan Paradise, he manufactured a rear bumper for his pickup truck. It has a couple cutouts in the corner you really can't see, but that's the state of Texas. And he has some LED lights in there, and so when he puts on the brakes or flips the switch, his lights up like Texas. And he won not just first place, but best of show. This is a three-man team fabrication. They go into the shop and they don't have a clue about what they're going to do. They just know that they got to read the blueprints, look at the pile of steel that's been given to them, and come out with a finished product. And these guys placed third at the state level. And I got to go in and see after the fact the next day on the projects that they worked on. And I don't think three of us teachers could have done any better than they did. Very good job. This is one of our inventions. It's a new kind of coal smoker, and we got quite a bit of different types of products brought in here. We had Steve up there with his CNC programming to all that picture on the front there is all engraved into the metal itself. And then it's got special smoke chambers up the side. We've already had a few people looking at it, want one for the future, so maybe one day we can make our program self-sufficient, act like a factory. But we also place first with this. This table is going to stay in the welding department. It enters the contest category as welding furniture, but actually what it is a shop table. And you'll see here all those shelves spin around like a fan on each one, and they're all engraved to the exact size and shape of each individual deal. It has a vise that is transportable. It has wheels or stands on the side. You can lock it in place in case you don't want it to move. You need to work with something big and heavy. And then you can't tell it from here, but on the very, very top, it's got the big ram's head engraved right in the middle of it. So we'll be using that for a lot of years to come with our iron worker in the shop. Also first place. And then our largest project of the year, it's you can't see it because we're in front of it, but it's a big rolling barbecue pit with a fold-out wing on the side. It has a rotisserie in the smoker, has adjustable baskets in the back, just tons of different. One of the fenders on one side folds out to become a table. It's a really neat work. Mr. Ponce here, he took the lead on that and had a lot of help from a lot of students. But we're very proud of that, and the owner is too. So another first place. All right.
Come this way. Congratulations.
Let's go around.
Thanks, Ross.
Congratulations.
Proud of you guys.
I know. Mr. 2 for 1.
Proud of you girls. Good job. That's awesome. Good job, sir. Okay, good job, sir. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations. Thank you.
So glad to see girls involved.
And congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's great.
That's how you keep surprising.
Good job.
There you go. That's how.
They keep telling me, well, what are they going to do next year? Your kids aren't going to be as good. I said, oh, you wait and see.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend, and to all the kids that actually excelled in all the projects. This is actually a program that will continue to grow because of the dedication of the instructor and, of course, the support of the parents and the administration. Thank you very much. Continuing on with our high school robotics. These are the bunnies. The bunnies are hopping one more time to the world champs.
Come on up.
Shorter ones up front.
Again, CT is very proud to introduce the Del High School Robotics. And we have the coaches, Mr. Brad Billadu, Mr. Bill Davis, Ms. Lauren Cardenas, and Ms. Linda Davis, along with some mentors and some parents, very supportive parents of our program. Again, you'll see some presentation on the high school robotics.
Hello, my name is Krista Barrios-Salas. I'm the historian for Team 4063 Tricks of Our Kids, and I'm going to present to you what we did this build season and how our season went. So this was the beginning of our build season. You can see some of us working on our robot, Sir Jack, and some of the kids going in there with electrical and with the batteries. This was us at the Bayou Regional, where we were the winning alliance. We were the first, and there's some of our kids doing field reset. We always volunteer to do that, and we're always happy to help at any regional that we attend to. This is our robot while we were practicing here in our facility and also at Alamo and at the Bayou Regional. These are the awards we won. In Alamo, we were the semifinalist. We won Team Spirit Award, the Gracious Professionalism Award, and Darby Ballard was our own safety star of the day. At the Bayou Regional, we were the winners. Again, we won Gracious Professionalism. We won the Industrial Safety Award, Innovation and Control, and again, Darby Ballard won Safety Star of the Day. At the Hub City Regional, we were again victorious and we were regional winners. We won our 9th Gracious Professionalism Award. We won an Industrial Safety Award again, and Marco Gonzalez was our first Dean's List finalist. And now, this is our chairman's video that we presented at all 3 regionals. It would be too easy to start by saying we are FRC Team 4063 Tricks for Kids, because we are so much more. We are students making a difference in our community. We are mentors for the future generations. We are the change that will impact this world. In our small Texas-Mexico border city of Del Rio, we were blessed with the opportunity to be a part of something that is much greater than us. First, a passion grew within us to share the message of First with our entire community. With just a number, we strive to make a difference with the younger generations, to inspire them for the future. We made it our mission to introduce them to the First Robotics and the STEM program by creating events designed to reach out to our community. We started with RoboCamp, a week-long summer program for children, which teaches and encourages the values of FIRST. Throughout the week, students participate in creating robots formed from VEX kits. Through this program, the kids are able to implement the engineering process and along the way learn about teamwork, communication, and problem-solving skills. Then came eCadet, every child aspiring a desire for engineering and technology, which was created for our elementary school students because of their inability to travel outside of the Del Rio city limits, preventing them to participate in junior FLL and FLL. Each fall, the team served as judges, referees, and scorekeepers during the 2 scrimmages and 1 final competition. Along with these events came RoboCon, an annual fundraising convention in which the entire city is invited to come out and learn more about the local robotics community. Here we try to present the growth of our FRC and FTC teams by having the robots from previous seasons showcased. Our team is notorious because of our gracious professionalism that is seen worldwide. Everywhere we travel to, we are known for 2 things, our bright pink helmets with bunny ears and our willingness to help any team with anything from lending out parts to building their robots on site.
The impact that I've seen with the student in robotics is that they bring just a positive culture to our school. They bring a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, and it's just a different group of kids that have a strong background in math and science, and they're able to do some innovative things here at our school.
We also volunteer in our city by helping out as setup crew and servers at our local Feast of Sharing event, collecting toy donations for niños navideños, volunteering at the annual 4th of July rodeo, and teaming up with our Rotary Club to help out with their Show Your Colors flag project. It takes more than a workshop full of robot parts and equipment to make this team who we are. With teamwork, dedication, passion, and fun, everything we do is possible.
Who's dedicated?
We are!
Who's motivated?
We are!
Who's number 1?
We are!
Who are we?
The number 1 dedicated motivated Team 4063!
And who are we?
The number 1 dedicated motivated Team 4063!
Next week we'll be traveling to St. Louis, Missouri for the World Championship, and we hope that we do an amazing job there also. Thank you.
On behalf of CTE and all our great programs, again, thanks to administration for your support. This is the 3rd time in 4 years that this group actually travels to Worlds. And again, very proud of them. Again, a support of the parents, support of the entire, teachers that help instill that great teamwork and that leadership. Again, thanks to the coaches and thanks to the assistant coaches and all to the mentors. And again, thank you very much, students, for representing Del Rio.
I just want to add a couple of comments. There are so many bunny ears looking at me right now. There are so many people in this community that spend endless hours, many volunteers, even our mentors, our teachers, Your work does not go unnoticed. And I know the parents who sacrifice giving up time with you and bringing you to and from. Some of you may already drive, so thank God for that. And bringing food. But you continue to inspire so many in this community. Thank you for the positive effect that you have on the community. You are a very impressive group of young people, and we truly appreciate what you do for our community. Go out and continue to make us proud, and good luck at Worlds. God bless you guys.
All right. Handshakes all the way around.
Sorry, whichever order. Whichever order. Good job. Good job.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Pretty and smart. Good job. Good job, fellas. Good job. That's great. Congratulations. Congratulations. Stay with it. Stay with it. Good job. Good luck in the future, okay? Take care. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good luck. Congratulations. Good luck. Congratulations. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for working with the kids. Hey, thank you for working with the kids. Education. Thank you. Thank you.
And on behalf of CT, thank you very much for your support of all of our CT programs. Thank you.
Very tough act to follow. I told Todd Townsend as he was presenting all of the wonderful awards and acknowledgments that his welding trades students had received. Every year I say, how is he going to top that? Every year those students do. Very impressive, and congratulations to all. All right, going on to citizens to be heard. The Board of Trustees encourages comments from citizens of the district or from district employees. Anyone wishing to speak either as an individual or as a representative of a group may do so at this time. Betty, do we have anybody signed up? All right, we don't have any comments tonight. Public hearings, there are no items tonight. Board members' reports, there are no items. Going on to the agenda under facilities and construction report, Mr. Israel Carrera.
Good evening, Board President Lozano, Superintendent Dr. Rios, and members of the board. A short presentation, construction update. Begin this evening with the Cardwell restrooms. They're under construction. I believe the top pictures are the boys' restrooms, and the bottom are the ladies. We're waiting on the partitions, and that would be complete for the first wing, and then we'll begin the second wing. Del Rio Blended Academy under construction. They're about to close in the building. On the upper left-hand corner, they have the walls when they're putting up the window frames. They demolished the concrete cover walkway in the front of the building in the middle picture. On the upper right-hand corner is one of the framed out, ready to install the windows. On the left are some framed-in rooms, in the middle is insulated inside. They have frames with the insulated areas. And then I believe the bottom right-hand corner are office spaces that are being built. So Del Rio Blended Academy project timelines. The Career and Technical Education Center under construction. On the upper left-hand corner, about 2 weeks ago, they poured the driveway into the automotive section. The middle on the top is the front section. As you can see, they about put all the primer in to get ready to paint those areas. And then the right-hand top corner is the welding shop area. They put the beams and the cover for that area. On the bottom left-hand corner, those are the community restrooms. In the middle are the offices that are being framed in. And then in the middle is the collaboration area that has been framed in. Career and Technical Education Center project timelines. Student Activity Center is under construction.
I just couldn't see that.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure I enlarge that. On the upper left-hand corner are office spaces upstairs that they'll have built-ins there. Of course, the center is the front of the building. Ceiling tiles have gone in on a lot of the upstairs area. On the bottom left-hand corner is the HR offices. The middle is the front entrance. Then those are bottom right-hand are cabinets that have been put in for a break copy room. And these are the student activity project milestones. And that is all I have for this evening.
Any questions?
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I know you put the Cardwell bathrooms up there.
Yes.
What's the expected completion date? I didn't catch it.
I don't have that right now, but I can get that to you.
I assume by the beginning of the school year, right?
Yes,
4
sir.
months from now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And is that the end of the bathroom upgrades at Cardwell? Because I know we've been asking about that for quite some time. So will that complete all the bathroom improvements?
As far as I understand the community bathrooms, yes, sir. We've already done the single ones in the classroom.
Mr. Mesa.
Mr. Carrera, on the CTE building, expected completion date June 1st?
On the CTE is, I think, July 8th is what we have on there. Substantial completion, the very bottom.
So, are we going to stick to that?
We're pretty close. They're working really hard to make up the time that we lost during the asbestos, extra asbestos that we found during demo.
Okay. There's one project here that says to be determined, completion date.
That's the completion of the stage equipment.
Is that going to be extended?
We're waiting for the to order. I think it's in the agenda later on today to talk about the sound system.
Okay.
It should be on time, depending on the action of the board Jesus takes tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Oliver.
Back on the CTE center there, with it being scheduled to substantially complete in was it
July 8th.
July 1 or around there. If it's substantially complete then, is that move in over the summer, ready to go at the beginning of August, or it'll still be a punch list that has to be done before we can begin moving student or equipment and students?
I think the major part is going to be transferring the equipment that we have right now at CT to over there. That would help us determine how soon we can move in.
Are we going to try to be able to go on the first day of school, or it's going to be something where we're not going to be able to start till September, October?
It'll be
I know it
discussion
fluctuates.
that we've had, whether it be working on the master schedule and transporting students and transferring equipment, deals with having to start there the first day of school. And we'll continue to plan for that, and if there was a delay, then we would certainly update the board. But to this point, our goal is still to start school there middle of August. And we'll put all the resources we have to move the equipment over there. But we need to get that permit that allows us to transfer the building.
Any further questions? Thank you. All right, it was brought to my attention that we did have 2 people sign up for citizens to be heard. They weren't aware that they had to officially sign up. What does the board feel?
I'd like to hear what they have to say.
Okay. We'll go on ahead and start. Go on ahead and step up, Ms. Bevan. We do ask that comments pertain to public education issues and be no longer than 5 minutes. Please remember that the Board of Trustees may not discuss or act upon issues that are not posted on the agenda for tonight's meeting. If an issue mentioned is listed on tonight's meeting, the Board of Trustees will defer discussion until the appropriate time during the meeting. And again, complaints by students or their parents may be heard in accordance with policies FNG legal and local. For employees, complaints are heard in accordance with policies DGBA legal and local. And all should follow the chain of command, and if a resolution cannot be achieved administratively, the person may appeal the administrative decision to the Board of Trustees as a properly posted agenda item. And also on the form that you completed, both yourself and Mr. Mendez, under the Texas Open Meetings Act, the board may exercise its authority to discuss certain subject matters in closed session, which I just reviewed, including matters involving individual district staff members and individual students. If your comment concerns one of these subjects, please address your concern through the complaint policies described above. I would just ask that if this pertains to a particular employee or student, that no names be mentioned. Okay. Is that okay? Yes. All right. Thank you, Ms. Bevan.
My name is Rachel Bevan, and thank you so much for hearing me. I looked for a sign up, and I wasn't sure. Hopefully, I won't make this a habit of coming before you. I'm a parent of a 5th grader at Garfield Elementary, and I'm asking that you carefully consider some facts and options while you deliberate over the attendance issues before you in executive session. I'm asking that you consider the recent action by Dr. Rios and campus administrative movement to be sufficient in addressing the personnel issues concerned. While I was looking at this, I had the pleasure of being a parent at Garfield Elementary and seeing how well the school ran. It was a tremendous benefit to my son and to my family. I had some options that I thought might be of interest, might be considered, and I understand in the attendance area that this is probably brought to light, but some things that might be considered more favorably than just demotions or resignations. I'd hate to lose a good employee. I fully understand what it's like to have employees that you depend on. And I can tell you that you have a good one that you'll be considering. I had some options that I just thought about. I just wanted to send those to you just so you could read, instead of reading them tonight, just so that you could look at them. And hopefully you will support what Dr. Rios has done and leave that in place.
Thank you, Rachel.
Mr. Mendez has chickened out. Well, thank you both, I'm sure that may not have been what your prepared statement was, but definitely do appreciate you following and complying with our policies. Thank you. And we will definitely look over the information you've provided, Rachel. Thank you. All right. We will now go on to the consent agenda. We have multiple items under the consent agenda tonight. Does anyone wish to pull any of the items from the consent for discussion? Yes, sir, Mr. Garabedian.
Madam Chairman, we could.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to pull for discussion F2 and G1.
G1, sir. Would you like to have those discussed or just voted upon?
Discussed.
Discussed, okay.
Fine. I just have a question.
All right, F2 is the consideration to approve the purchase order over $25,000 to Close Up Foundation in the amount of $36,240 for migrant students to travel to Washington, D.C. to attend the Close Up Civic Education Program. Mr. Garabedian, is Dr. Garcia? Oh, there, I'm sorry. Or Ms. Valdez? Okay.
Either one. Both of you will step up.
Mr. Garabedian,
My question's pretty simple. I mean, it sounds like a very good opportunity. That's not the point of my question. How many students will be going?
Oh, okay, thank you. There will be 20 migrant students going, and I believe this is the same number that attended last year.
Previous years?
Yes.
How many staff members are going?
There's 2 sponsors, and the cost of the sponsors, there's no cost for the sponsors to travel.
So there's 2 staff members and 20 students that
Yes, sir.
will go. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The invoice was included, Mr. Garabedian, it's right after page 79.
No, I wasn't
Oh,
so
okay.
concerned about the cost. It's because I guess I read it wrong or can't see, or whichever is my problem. Because it said page 78, but I guess it was on a different page.
Oh, it's on page 79, or the page that's printed at the bottom of the book is 79.
Okay. No, my question wasn't about the cost. It was more about who's going. I mean, if it's a student activity, I wanted to make sure that it was overwhelmingly students. So there's 2 staff members, 20 students.
now that I look at this, it does actually say that there is a cost for the 2 adults.
Yes, it
Is that
shows
waived?
the 20 students cost and then the cost for the 2 adults. And then if you read down below under balance due, it says best teacher fellowship and credits.
Thank you. Any other questions? Mr. Garabedian?
On G1,
G1 is the consideration to approve the contract over $5,000 with the Flippin Group in the amount of $10,000 for the 2016-17 convocation speaker. My bid is out, so Mr. Garabedian?
what do we normally spend for a convocation speaker?
Last year, Mr. Garabedian, was approximately $12,000.
So this is for the convocation in August, right? Correct? Okay. I remember the one from last year because I remember thinking it seemed kind of a large amount for convocation speakers. So we're doing it again. How much were we paying for convocation speakers before that? Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
I do not have the price broken out. That was part of what we contracted with Region 15. So I don't have.
CEO and founder of the group. And he will be the guest speaker himself.
The grant is in the amount as last year, $2,167,329, with $32,396 only to be used for training and technical assistance, for a total of the grant $2,199,725. Of that money, 93% is allocated to salaries. Here, you also have on the second column, $2,167,329, with the technical training, $32,396, along with the non-federal shares that the district puts in, for a total of $638,074. On this particular slide, you have the $2,199,725
$199,725. With the non-federal share from the district, $638,074. For a total of the grant, $2,837,799. But along with the grant, you also have information in your packet. The school readiness plan is also included in the grant. In your packet, you have the items in black. The items in black from 1 to 10 is what Head Start is now using. The items to your left, for example, creative art expression. That's what it was stated last year. Right now, it's under fine arts. Under fine arts, in the red section, you have art, music, and theater, as indicated under the state guidelines in pre-kinder. And as you see, everything in blue is already aligned to the pre-kinder guidelines for the state of Texas in conjunction to our school readiness. So I did this so that you could see that we have already been working.
Along with the packet, you also have the technical assistance plan. And for this, we looked at the review team. As you all are aware, we had a review team come in January to review and look at all of our classrooms. And there were no findings in any of the classrooms. But along with the team coming, Mr. Don Olivo and Ms. Mari Garcia that are trainer of trainers, and
is a current allocation that we have from a general fund. However, with the health storm, we have received the preliminary report as to all of the claims that we will be funded for, and that includes the Calderon Elementary roof. So we're asking to reallocate the budget that is included in the committed funds, since that project will happen with insurance recovery. And we're asking to increase the Cardwell restroom allocation. As they've begun working on some of the restrooms, they've identified different projects that need to happen, which would be an increased cost. So they're estimating in order to complete all of the restrooms, they would need an additional $15,000. The CTE Center, we're requesting to allocate $260,000 to set up technology for the entire facility. And for the Blended Academy, we're requesting the allocation of $275,000, again, for technology setup, for science equipment, and the canopy. The next project, or letter B, is also from insurance recovery. We will receive funding for the North Heights re-roofing and the Cardwell re-roofing, and are requesting to allocate it to furniture for the CTE Center and Blended Academy at approximately $175,000. And the last two, which are letters C and D, are allocations to projects, are allocations because those projects have been completed, I'm sorry. So the letter C is for an allocation of $197,388.09 for the Student Performing Center and Administration Building for the sound system and landscaping. And that would be from two projects that are already complete, which are the re-roofing of San Felipe Memorial Middle School and the re-roofing of Del Rio High School. And the last project is to transfer the allocation from the softball fields dugout, since that project has been completed, to the softball fields bleachers. And as you can see on the Excel file, these are all reallocations, so this would not increase our committed funds. These are just reallocations between our committed funds for either new projects or projects that are currently existing. Are there any questions? That is correct, sir, yes.
All right, like for example, on the new administration building, you want $200,000 more than originally was expected.
Yes, sir, that is for sound
What's
system and
the
landscape.
total, someone remind me, it doesn't have to be to $1 or even to $100,000. What was the total project cost? Like $6 million?
The construction was a little bit above $6 million.
Okay, so 10% of 6 million would be 600,000. So asking for 200,000 is what? Like you want 3% more than originally expected. Is that correct? Am I understanding that correct?
Yes,
Ballpark
sir.
figure would be
Yes,
correct. Okay. And the same goes. Now the other thing is like, okay. These other roofing projects, like re-roofing at San Felipe Memorial Middle School with sign swing and end wings to main roof, so that's already been done?
Yes, sir, those projects are complete.
So there are no other aspects of that roof that are substandard and should be repaired?
Israel, if you could help with that answer while I look through the insurance report.
As far as the roofs that we repaired this summer, that is correct. Those are not leaking.
Like on North Heights, for example, you're asking us to not spend $127,000 for re-roofing because it'll come out of insurance recovery, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So obviously you don't have to use the monies exactly the same, right? The money came because of an insurance claim, but we're going to use it for something else. But at North Heights, was the air condition that doesn't work or never worked in the cafeteria, was that repaired?
Yes, sir.
It was?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any other problem at North Heights? I mean, we didn't know about an air condition that didn't work right in the cafeteria, so I'm assuming there could be other problems.
I think that when we do the reevaluation of the facilities, we'll absolutely come up with different priority lists. We're working off the priority list that existed from a year and a half ago. We've made repairs that have come along throughout, but right now, in the administration's assessment, we believe that the money that we've recovered from the insurance will meet all of the immediate problems. When we regroup again and reevaluate the needs of the facilities with the committee that we're establishing, I'm sure that we will prioritize other items, but we do not feel that there are any immediate needs, urgent needs, that would be better served with the money.
So the blended academy, you want an additional $275,000. What was the original amount that we agreed to spend on the blended academy? It was like $1 million, $1.2 million, or something like that.
1.6.
So an additional $275,000, basically you want 3% more. And so what is it? This $15,000 for Cardwell restrooms? I thought it was done.
Yes, sir. When they went look into setting the tile, P-trap that's in there in the center, they couldn't go through to unclog it, so they had to break all that away and get down into it to see what was going on.
Who's they?
The plumbers.
So they broke it and we're paying for it?
No, sir. They were going to connect everything to it, and they ran water through it, and it wouldn't go through. It was flooding. It was coming back up. Something we didn't know.
Any other questions, Mr. Mesa?
Yanakani, on Project C, Del Rio Middle School, could you break down the landscaping and the sound system?
Let me see if I got that. I'm not sure if you got that. Let me check. Sorry. System is approximately a little bit over $100,000, and then the landscaping would be the remainder.
It's not money that goes to the contractor, it goes to purchase those items. That package was close to $400,000. as we had to value engineer items that were needed for the building. For example, there was a lot of floors that once they uncovered them were also unbalanced and they had to be leveled. The contingency fund for this project was smaller than other projects. We had to allocate money to what was immediately needed to start the building. Some of the equipment, whether it be, I'm not a sound engineer, but a particular speaker or balancing system, those were items that we thought we could always come back and purchase later. Now, it just so happens that we have the opportunity right now, and the money's presented where we can do it now. That is why we're asking to allocate the $100,000 that we initially worked within the budget to make sure the project was completed. One of the other projects that we value engineered was the landscaping to add, because the lighting system, after we began the construction, was determined that the lighting system would be pretty much like the lighting system we have here in the hallways. That wasn't appropriate for the design of the building. It can work, but we had to decide. So we had to allocate some more money to that lighting system. And again, the opportunity presents itself.
Like the fact that we apply for waivers and we're spending money in other issues that I think take priority, but really should be in the back burner, because again, the priority should be to adequately serve all students in the neighborhood schools. And as I mentioned, the north side is truly overcrowded and more streets are going up and more lots are being sold, and just to keep that in mind.
I know it's not on the agenda, Madam President, but in the coming month, the civil engineer is almost done with a study to recommend the dedication or the allocation of money from fund balance for this coming year to purchase a lot on the north side of, not a lot, acreage on the north side of town for the construction of a future elementary. So we're excited about bringing that report in June, I believe is the one we're bringing in.
April the 18th at 11:05. The Board of Trustees will now recess. Will now reconvene in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, Subchapter D and E. No action was taken in closed session. Now that we're reconvened, the board may vote upon and or take action as to any or all of the items considered under closed session. A, the level 3 hearing with Maricela Maldonado. Do we have a motion? Motion? Okay. Consideration to approve the bid offer by Mr. Jacob L. Kusenberger for the 5.46 acres located off of Japlow Drive, Lot 4, at not less than fair market value of $5,500 per acre. Mr. Israel Carrera.
Good evening, Board President, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. We did have 4 vendors that expressed interest, and we only had one that submitted a proposal. Yes. 4 bidders that proposed were received, came to receive forms, but only one submitted.
The recommendations.
It is a recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approves the superintendent to accept the bid offer from Mr. Jacob L. Kusenberg for the property located off of Japlow Drive, Lot 4, at a price of $6,001 per acre. And the superintendent to engage the board council to draft the appropriate paperwork to finalize and execute the sale of said property.
We've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion? Mr. Mesa, second by Mr. Chavira. Any discussion?
Madam Chairman, one quick question. The value was determined by an appraisal or by the, what's listed at the appraisal district?
No, by a realtor that was licensed to give us that appraised value.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. C, thank you, Mr. Pereira. Consideration to approve the personnel report to include the following: new hires, district vacancies, retirements, resignations, reassignments. Dr. McNamara.
Good evening, President Martinez-Lozano, members of the board, Dr. Rios. The administration recommends the following teachers for hire this evening: Ms. Karen Dragers, 3rd grade teacher at Dr. Lonnie Green Elementary, and Ms. Kayla Riley, 2nd grade teacher, also at Dr. Lonnie Green Elementary.
We've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion?
I so
Mr. Garavinian, seconded by Mr. Chavira. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous, motion carries. Thank you. Thank you. D, consideration to approve salary adjustments to include the following justifications: service credit, master's degree, stipends. Dr. McNamara.
Again, President Martinez-Lozano, members of the board, Dr. Rios, it is the recommendation of the administration that the salary adjustments be approved as presented in closed executive session this evening.
We've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion? Mr. Chavira, second by Mr. Mesa. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Unanimous, motion carries. Thank you, Dr. McNamara. Number 18, superintendent's report. No items for this meeting. Number 19, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Mesa, second by Mr. Chavira.
Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous motion carries. Meeting adjourned at 11:11.